we go way back as far as we used to work at Finish Line and we used to sell shoes, right? We used to help you with your shoes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and most of the time when you start a new job, right, you get to know certain, of your associates and your fucking coworkers.
Correct.
And some of them could be assholes and some of them could be dope. And then you find the one that you become friends with and you realize we should not be working on the same shift because we never get shit done. And that was you.
That was you. Yeah. And maybe like two other people. If I'm being honest, it's like you for sure and two other people. But whenever it was with you, it's like they needed to send us, either one of us, to the stock room and just do stocking or something, because nothing will get sold or just nothing will get done.
Yeah, because we'd hang out more than we'd actually have to sell some shit, which is actually pretty funny. Because the way that I thought about it was like, if we were in a classroom, we'd be the kids that they separate right off the rip.
Oh, absolutely.
So
that's how it was.
I just saw it as jealousy because
they weren't having fun.
They weren't having fun.
They weren't having fun.
You know what I mean? So that's like the one thing, bro. But let me ask you this, like right off, like what was it that you liked about working in shoes, and what is it that you hated about it? I just want to get into that right off the rip, because what made you want to do that anyway? Were you into shoes? Were you not into shoes?
It's funny you say that. I was not into shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, I'm not saying I'm not into shoes. It's just that I respect the culture a little bit more than I used to. Obviously, you can tell I have always been a Chuck Taylors guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had Chuck Taylors, and back then, I was still a Chuck Taylors guy. Chuck Taylor can't even talk.
No, it's all good, bro.
Chuck Taylors guy, and then that the first shoes that I really fell in love with from Jordans, because I never liked Jordans, were the Space Jams.
Oh yeah, the 11s.
That was those were the first Jordans that I ever fell in love with. That were high top, because I never wore like Jordans high tops or anything. And I remember the raffle was going on, and I actually won the raffle.
You're lying.
I had won the raffle, but I didn't end up buying them.
Oh, you just let them go?
I let them go.
Oh, dude, were they super expensive?
They're like,
well, back then,
I think they were like 150, if I remember. About 150.
The resale on those is wild.
And then the crazy thing is that I actually won twice. I won twice. I won for my shoe size, and then I won for my brother's shoe size at Champs, I think, which was like across the hall.
Oh yeah, across. And we're talking about Stonewood Mall, right?
Yes.
In Downey. Okay. Yeah.
So I actually won twice, and I ended up only buying my brother's size because it was supposed to be a Christmas gift. But I put the money down, but I forgot to keep paying for them. So they went to
I feel you.
They went to poop too.
Damn.
So I never actually got my favorite shoes, and I still, to this day, there's like one of those most like prettiest, beautiful shoes that I could that I would want to get again.
And you would say that pretty much led you into the shoe thing.
Yes, okay. Those were like basically like, damn, you know what? These are not,
they're not bad.
They're not bad.
Right on.
Because even the breads are like, they're nice too.
Yeah.
But from where I'm from. If I wear those shoes,
wrong color, wrong neighborhood. Yeah, no, I feel you. That, and you know what's crazy is that's how I looked at buying shoes back then. I was like, do I want this bright color? What areas am I normally going to wear them in, because of so on and so forth? Not that I'm like out here gangbanging and shit.
Oh no, it's just same thing with baseball caps. If you wear a Dodger hat in the wrong neighborhood, they'll look at you funny, but they're like, oh, he's just probably wearing them. But if you wear a Houston Astros from where I'm from, like the area that I grew up in, oh yeah, we're probably gonna get a beat down.
Yeah, bro.
You're probably gonna get a beat down, and it sucks.
Damn, dude, that's crazy how it was back then, huh? Don't get me wrong. I know in some areas it's still like that, but for the most part, it's calmed down a lot more than when we were younger, right?
It's fucking wild. It's been a lot more calm. I don't know what happened.
I think everyone just kind of grew up a little bit,
matured.
Maybe that, or it kind of lost its meaning. I want to say, because when you start something, there's a meaning behind it, there's a reason behind it, and then the more you do it, I think the older you get, and you start to realize, yo, this doesn't have the same meaning. It doesn't. I don't have the same love for it. Or
True.
You realize a lot of your homies are dying, and then you're like, kind of don't want to be that.
And also you have a family. You start, and
that as well.
You know what? Yeah, I need
to kind of push you
to the side. Yeah, because I had a good friend of mine. He had his speaking of breads, he had his bread stolen from him.
Oh, what?
After school. I wasn't with him, but he had told us like the next day, like, oh, I had my breads, my 11s taken away from me. They were stolen. I was like, damn. See, this is why you don't wear those shoes here at school. It wasn't as bad. It was just random. Like we never had an occurrence like this type of like of level that someone will steal their shoes away from a kid.
Right.
Because he said they were adults.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
So it's like, damn, that's pretty harsh.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Back then, people were stealing a lot of shoes. People would even get killed for shoes. Back then.
I remember that going on the news too. That they were like saying that people were getting shot up for like when the Bretts were coming back.
Yeah,
they came back too, right?
Mm-hmm. They got a like a redrop type shit.
Yeah, and it sucks. It really sucks that people will go
that far
just to get on some shoes that are not even like. Not gonna say it's worth it because I'm gonna get like shot down by
everybody in the shoe gang. They're gonna be like, "What you mean, bro?" Nah, I feel you. I mean, the crazy thing, bro, is that like your story getting into it is because you fell in love with the shoe, and for me, it was because of money. So yeah, I know. So
it's perfect. If you got money, you go ahead and.
So when I had first applied. I was actually walking in and out of stores. So I was going in and out of the stores in the mall saying, "Hey, are you guys hiring? Hey, are you guys hiring?" And this was like my senior year of high school. And my senior year, I only had like 2 or 3 classes early in the morning because I had did all my credits and everything. Like I was,
okay.
Yeah, so I was done. Like I didn't after like I think before or no, I'm sorry. After lunch, I was out. Yeah. Like as soon as my lunch ended, I could go home. Like I didn't need to even hang around with anybody or anything.
That sounds like that was like me.
Right? So in the beginning, what I would do is I would go to certain teachers' classrooms and hang out.
Yeah.
And the ones that would let me. And then
Eric, what are you doing here?
Yeah, they're like, "What are you doing, bro? Go home. You don't want to do stuff outside.
Stop bothering the kids. Get out of here."
Yeah, get out of here. So that's how it was. My first little, I guess, like portion of it, right? And a teacher actually mentioned it to me, which. Man, I wish I could have a conversation with this teacher. Like, I miss this teacher. He was cool. You know when you have those cool teachers?
Yeah.
So anyway, he told me, he's like, "Dude, why don't you go get a job?" And I was like, wait, why don't I go get a job? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I could technically go because I wasn't 16. I was 17. So I was like, you technically don't need a permit. I mean, you are going to school, so technically you kind of do, but then you kind of don't. It's kind of weird, you know? Like, you're almost 18. So
did you have to get a permit?
No, I didn't get a permit.
Not even from your parents?
No, I didn't get a permit or anything. So, so it was weird because it's like, I went to the office to go get a permit. They didn't give me a permit. And then I walked in and out of stores, and they allowed me to just get the job because they were like, "Oh, well," as I was going in and out of them, one of the ones was Finish Line. Okay. And for those of you that don't know what Finish Line is JD now.
Yeah.
So JD got purchased or bought out by Finish Line. So if you go into Macy's, you'll see a Finish Line, like a little small corners and stuff like that. But Finish Line technically essentially owns JD, like how Disney owns all these other networks and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? Everything. Yeah. So I walked into the store, and Myra was the one I spoke to. So I walked in.
Myra.
You remember Myra?
I remember.
So I walked in and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "By any chance, are you guys hiring?" And after that store, I was just gonna go home because I was like, you know what, bro? Like I've already went pretty much through all the ones I wanted to go to, and all of them said no or just apply and we'll see what happens. And you know what just apply
I
me?
hate that.
Yeah.
I honestly hate when they say that. Like, oh, just check online, apply online, online to see what happens. I'm like,
yeah. It's like, bro, are you looking or not? So as I walk into Finish Line, I literally go to Myra, right? I didn't know who she was at the time. Obviously, she was standing at the cashier, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "By any chance, are you guys hiring?" And she looks at, I forgot what's her name. I forgot what her name was, but
Vanessa.
I don't know. She was the other little chubby girl. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember her.
I don't remember her
glasses.
Name. Yes,
I know who you're talking about.
I just don't remember her name. I feel bad because I don't remember her name, but
And I'm good with names.
Yeah, crazy. Dude. And I'm good with faces.
Leanne?
Maybe.
Maybe Leanne?
Maybe.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't remember. I really don't remember, which sucks because it's like, I'm good with faces. Like, I'll remember you off your face.
No,
so,
yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I'm very, like, facial person. So I said, "How are you guys hiring?" She looks at her and she's like, "We are looking for someone to stock." And at the time, I was like, "I don't know what that is." I was like, "But do you have an application?" I was like, "I'm more than happy to do it." And then that's how I got into the game. And then once I went to school and I told people, "Oh, like I got a job and like I'm working at a shoe store." I had a buddy of mine, his name Chris. Shout out to Chris. He's the one that put me really into the game. So I was just looking at it as like, "Oh, I can get shoes," and he's the one that said, "Bro, like you have the opportunity to get shoes before they even go out," type shit, right?